Hi, today we are working with LouAnn Wukitsch, who is packing up one of her wall installations for a client up in Virginia. The installation is called Celebration, and we have altered it a little bit, changing some of the colors for the client's preference. And LouAnn will be discussing about packing up glass to be shipped.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me up today. So whenever you're packing glass, you really need to take into account the shape of the glass. So when I get my glass in from Bullseye, it comes all the way from Oregon to Florida. They know how to pack glass really well. And so because they ship glass in flat sheets, they will put a cushion between the glass and then wrap it tightly. So the old adage of 3 sticks are much harder to break than one. It's the same for glass. So with these types of echoes, these just remove really easily from the wall. They just screw in. Sorry, this one's a long one. But you're going to see that it's basically flat. So I will cushion it because it has this long connection point, this long screw. So I'm just going to cushion it and then layer them in after I've wrapped each piece. And then I'll put cushion in between all of the wrapped pieces so that nothing moves and so that we have an extreme amount of material in between the glass.
Protection.
Yes, protection. So good. So I am ready to wrap up some of the echoes to ship to Virginia, to a client in Virginia. So I just wanted to show you how to properly wrap art glass. So for me, my best way of doing this is to put this face down. I have to deal with this little offset right here. So I want to make sure that it has as much coverage as possible. So I start covering it right away and then building thickness into the paper. And you'll see why. I want the art glass to move as little as possible once it's in the paper. So we're going, actually the back of it with the offset is getting more protection than the front of it at this point. And that's on purpose. That's so that when I stack them or shelve them, that offset doesn't bump into other glass. So that's what's going on here. If I can get my tape going. They are all numbered at this point to match the template so that the client understands exactly what order to install them and where to go. So at this point, I'm going to start